like I say, some of it was money, some of it was just, as you could say, homage. But like I say, a lot of people had known of me. A lot of people knew me. And when I said, you know, when I was doing Lucifer's Star or White Star Alliance, basically, they knew that that it was my name. They knew that it was me or whatever. I told them, I was like, I'm gonna blah blah. So a lot of life forms, a lot of people, they helped me build my ships. Like I said, 15,000 wood carvers came from some country that had known of me. They were expert wood carvers, and they worked on my ships. Like I say, you could call the Titanic and the Britannic and all those ships a labor of love. They yeah, some of my people, they refused the money. Like I said, I would have paid them whatever they wanted, of course. You know, but some people were like, no, 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 we don't want the money. I mean, like I say, it was strange. It was weird. It was different. A lot of people, a lot of life forms, they were like, no, we don't want the money. We're fine. We're doing this because. So anyway, like I say, some of my ships, they had known of me, and it was homage. But for me anyway, they said, well, if it's for you, then yes. Anyway, like I said, because I was the creator of civilization, the creator of the human form and everything, and it's like, well, I just want a few ships, and all that other stuff. I mean, the original Titanic was over 260 years ago, or something like that, or longer, 500 years ago. So, anyway, when people found out that I was LS or LSF, that's how LSF's colony ship. Ring a bell? Anyway, like I said, JFK or Nixon or someone, they stole the Maltese Falcon. And like I said, I warned them. I was like, it's radioactive. That's why we want it back. The Maltese Falcons 1 through 4 were completely safe. One was gold, one was silver, one was like copper, and like 5, 6, and 7, or 8, or 9, or 10. I think there were 20 of them, or a couple of them, but 4 of them were basically uranium, titanium. One of them was titanium, I think, but one of them was uranium, one of them was thorium. They're highly radioactive. Like you couldn't be in the room with them for more than 30 minutes without becoming radioactive yourself. Like I said, that's why you see the film or the TV, and the guy's like, I haven't seen the Maltese Falcon, and you look at his eyebrows, he doesn't have eyebrows. He doesn't have hair. He's bald. You want to know why? JFK thought it would be a good joke to have these people who stole the Maltese Falcon talking about the Maltese Falcon. I haven't seen the Maltese Falcon, and he has no eyebrows. He died of radiation poisoning 3 or 4 months later, or something like that, or some grim amount of time. It's highly radioactive. One of them was highly radioactive. There were a few people that Nixon or Rick Bush or somebody sent out to go to my labs, because you could go to my labs and you could get thorium, you could get uranium. We'd give it to you. It's like, okay, here. It came in a lead line case, and one of the people from JFK or Nixon was going to open the case in front of the scientists, and the scientists were like, no, somebody might see. Take that home. Don't open the case here. The shielding of the case, you had to be in a suit to open that case. Anyway, these people in the 1950s or 1940s had no concept of radiation. Or 1930s. And they were just requesting metals and trying to steal them. Or some year, I don't know. And I said, thorium's highly reactive, uranium's highly reactive. You can't be in the room with it. You'll die. Or you'll get sick within 30, 40, 50 minutes. I don't know, 2 hours, 3 hours. It's a cumulative exposure. It's a radioactive element. So anyway, but the government or Nixon or JFK or someone was restricting the information on thorium. Like I say, that's why in Kuwait and Desert Storm, like those weren't depleted uranium shells. The LSLS shells, they're highly radioactive. That's a nuclear reaction in midair. Like you light one of those puppies off, and you better not be within 2,000 feet of it. Everything dies. At least that's my knowledge of it. Everything within 2,000 or a mile, instant death, or something like that. I don't know what the actual range is on it, but basically it's thorium, it's uranium, and it creates a nuclear reaction. You don't want to be around a LS shell, even when it's in its inert state. You can only be around it for like 10 hours or a couple days. That's why I banned them. I said no. You know, using plastic explosive in a copper jet, you can have the same effect on a tank. It'll still kill the crew. Oh, it's completely safe. So we went that way. I mean, the LS shells is basically how you start stars or something like that. You know, you can do a nuclear reaction in space. So it's kind of a cute little thing for space and stuff like that. That's what it was designed for. So anyway, Mike and Mike's brother and all these other fuckheads. Anyway, like I say, I'm your creator. Of course I know all these things. I'm the inventor and the namer of America. I'm the one who invented America. And the whole system. I guess you could call me the man, but it's like... Anyway, so like I say, when I was 4, I told Rodney my name, and then later on he was going, I'll be your nose, and Rosalie will be your eyes, and blah 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 will be your ears, and blah blah blah. And like I was looking at them as a child, like, what are you, nuts? And then later on, Rodney's trying to say that he was this great inventor or something like that. And like I said, they thought my Titanic blueprints and the Leviathan blueprints, they said they're all gone, it's destroyed, it's old. There's no blueprints left. It's like, yes, they saved them for me. I know my Irishmen. I know my Germans. They would have saved them for me. So they went back to where the building used to be, and they started looking through the files and the records and looking around the walls, and from there they were. Of course. I had 5,000 draftsmen in Belfast. And like more in Germany, in Berlin. You know, it was just decided among the world that my Capitol building would be in Washington or in California. You know, I wanted it to be in California. You know, they just decided to put it there. Anyway, probably because I was buying America, I was going to own America. It's going to be my country. And like I say, originally I was going to call it California, but then they were like, we would rather have it America. You know, it's supposed to be the country of flight. In CA. Or something like that, you know. So like, whatever. You know, like I say, I gave the black people and created the Black Star Line Company. Because my name's Lucifer Star. So the black people could have ships and boats. I think it was just some older boats, I don't really know. They fixed them up. Like I said, there are good black people. You know, and they joined, you know. Anyway. Just trying to set the record straight. You know, so Nixon and JFK and Jimmy Carter, like, he was supposed to be apologizing for what he did in Cuba. That was Jimmy Carter in Cuba. So, or something like that. They took my car there. My blue car. Like the whatever, it's a high performance, like 700, 500 horsepower car. Like that, those little hooks on the back where they were riding and everything else like that, that's where the fin was. It had a fin. They took it off and just left the whatever.